Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show, our Wednesday weekly podcast, all the way on Ngong Road, Nairobi, Kelele Digital. We are online streaming on Facebook, Seraphim Siundu, Tamika Mosley, and YouTube, Astrid Blazer. Karibuni sana. And today we have on the show, we have a special guest, who will introduce himself next. And then we have Kimani, as the host of the show every day, plus Tamika, who is our virtual host every day. She's now not a guest, but a host, because now this series, she's part of it. So, karibuni sana, and we shall start by introduction. Here we go. Dari, karibu sana.
So, hello everybody. My name is Darrell Fullion. I'm not sure what you want to know. So my work that I do, I work with mental health and psychosocial support, specifically with children as well as with caregivers and parents and adults.
Okay. Welcome to the show, Daryl. We are happy today that we will interact with you mostly about mental health, so that we can pick some few skills and knowledge from you about how to handle stress and how to deal with things, mainly as humans and as youth, also as adults. We want to get some tips from you. Kimani, you're welcome on the show.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I believe that you've been good and that you've been taking care of yourself in general. And I am so grateful to be here today. Thank you.
Okay, karibu sana. And we are happy that you're back to the show. Last Wednesday you didn't host this show, but today we are back. Yeah. Tamika, hi.
Hi, hello, I'm Dr. Tamika Mosley, and I'm a passionate herbalist. And my passion is healing, teaching people how to heal for the mental, emotional, and spiritual body, so we can have total health and healing.
There you go. Yeah. Thank you very much for that powerful introduction. We are happy today to discuss about a few issues, but our main topic is it's broad, it's mental health, but we are going to narrow it down to specifics, mainly about stress management, and also to share some testimonials and experiences of how you can do these things practically, and how you can bridge the gap between rotating around stress levels and just living a normal life, and how to move around it should you have any scenarios or challenges in life. Because as humans, every day we pass through things that will give us stress here and there, and we need to know really from experts, how do you go about this as a career person, as a business person, also as a human, how do you handle this? Because every day, every minute, every hour, we pass through challenges, and sometimes we don't even know that we are going through things that need help or attention. And maybe Daryl can teach us. Yeah, to share some insights to us about mental health, mainly like a breakdown, and then we can narrow down to specifics.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So maybe to introduce the concept of mental health, I have a specific way maybe of explaining it that might be quite useful. So I think often when we think about mental health, we think about a mental illness or something is wrong with me when we mention the word mental health.
Yeah.
Especially within the African context, we're afraid to talk about it. We hide it away. We nobody has an issue. Nobody has stress. Nobody has depression.
We think
Nobody-
it's witchcraft, right?
Yes, they'll say it's witchcraft, or somebody's created a medicine for me that is now messing up my life.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stigmatization around it,
Mm-hmm.
and I think often when we go through certain issues, we hide it away. We try to pretend it's not there.
Yeah.
So maybe the best way to change that stigma is to change the concept of what mental health is.
Mm-hmm.
And mental health isn't about what's wrong with your brain, but
Mm-hmm.
more about how well am I doing on an emotional basis, on a
Mm-hmm.
psychological basis.
Mm-hmm.
How well am I dealing with the world around me?
Mm-hmm.
Just like if you were sick and you fell into a ditch, for instance, like I did just now. Yes, that's another story we can talk about one day.
Yeah, sorry
But
about
and you
that.
broke your leg,
Mm-hmm.
you would need to go to a doctor.
Yeah.
To be able to, you would automatically go to the doctor to have it checked.
Yes.
In the same way, mental health is the same thing. We're either well
Mm-hmm.
or we have challenges that are causing us to feel not so well anymore.
Yeah.
And one of those things could be stress, for instance.
Yes.
So if we had to look at it in that way,
Mm-hmm.
rather than saying mental health is an issue, we should rather say, how am I doing as a person?
Exactly.
Where am I as a person? And
Mm-hmm.
do I need support? Do I need to take some time for myself?
Mm-hmm.
What do I need to be able to do to look after me
Mm-hmm.
and to ensure that I'm at my optimum?
Yeah.
So I'd say that's probably the easiest way to introduce it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much for that elaboration, Daryl, because I think people just say mental health, but if you ask them what it is, mainly they really don't know how to break it down. So I think that is a very,
They'll tell you you're crazy.
yes, usually you're mad or something like that.
Yes.
You know that one, if you tell somebody that they're not okay simply because they said something about mental health, then they shut down.
Mm.
And they don't talk about it anymore. And maybe they just need someone to talk to, and then they'll be all right.
Yes.
So it is good for us to embrace one another and to not to make people feel awkward when they want to discuss about mental health, but to help them out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tamika, what do you think about that introduction, and what is your perspective about mental health?
Yeah, you know, to the psychology resolve that they give you an antidepressant. So they teach us about our mental body. So how will we know how to deal with anything unless we hit rock bottom and then we have to figure it out ourselves, right? Like he was saying, like self-care. How are you doing emotionally? How are you doing mentally? But if you never was taught that, well then you don't know what to do. Like when I went through my divorce, no one taught me how to calm my body down, how to breathe, how to deep breathe in and connect with my spirit and get guidance from my spirit within. Nobody told me any of that. So I was just screaming and crying and just level 10, just losing my mind, right? But no, you guys, this conversation is so good. We have to start having these conversations because the truth has to come out about our mental. So I'm just grateful to have the guests here. I'm grateful for this conversation, and I'm just grateful to educate people because for the lack of knowledge,
perish. Exactly. Yeah. So I believe it is important for people to learn how to talk to talk out when they have issues. I think it starts from the culture that we have around that. When you talk about an issue, if you're not feeling okay, people think that you are petty or you just like to complain. That is how people narrow down or wash it down, and it's not right. It is important to listen to people and to make people feel listened to and wanted, and feel happy that they have shared a problem and it is almost half solved, instead of making people feel as if you are a man. The cliches and the talks that people have in town is that you're a man, you cannot complain. You are a big girl, you cannot complain because you need to handle it. But how do I handle it if I don't know how to do it? So it is better that we have an avenue, and it is good that we incorporate these talks with professionals so that they can help us understand how to go about it. And also intrinsically we can do that. If we know the way, then we can know how to handle it. I think so. Yeah, Kimani, what do you think about this?
Yes. Now, when it comes to mental health,
Mm-hmm.
first you have to understand that this is something that is there naturally.
Yes.
It's a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to address it in a way that it is not controlling you, but you're the one who is controlling it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because your mind works like a parachute.
Yeah.
If you don't open it, you will land very
Well, you will
hard.
land, but not the way you want to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you have to.
It will wander around. Yeah.
Yes, yes, and also the impact of hitting the ground will be intense.
Yeah.
Very
But
much.
now, when you open up your mind and accept that depression is something temporary, it's not something permanent,
Mm-hmm.
and it can be solved.
Contained. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah.
And when it comes to containing it, we
Mhm.
have the herbs,
Mm-hmm.
the medicinal herbs.
Yeah.
For instance, you have the chamomile,
Mm-hmm.
and also there are other ways that you can ease your mind by meditation.
Yes.
You just let your mind relax and let it be
Mm-hmm.
by deep breathing
Mm-hmm.
and accepting that this feeling
Mm-hmm.
is what makes us humans.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also accepting that when a feeling comes of sadness, eventually it will change to happiness, but
Yes.
you have to take responsibility.
Exactly.
Yeah, you cannot just sit and then expect to know. Eventually you can, but you have to understand how to work around yourself.
But you need to understand where the feelings come from.
Yes,
I think
yes,
is important as well.
yes.
And I
Maybe
think
Daryl can
often,
explain that. Yeah.
yeah. So maybe just to give a little bit of background. So
Mm-hmm.
if you look at our brain development, our brain is designed to be able to survive.
Mm-hmm.
So everything we do is based on survival.
Yeah.
So when we're born, the brainstem of our brain is the
Mhm.
only real fully functioning part of our brain. The rest still developing,
Yeah.
and that part of our brain is designed to make sure we breathe, our heart rate is there,
Mm-hmm.
we blink, all that kind of thing takes place.
Yeah. The five
So
senses. Also.
yes, but
Yeah.
it's also it ensures our survival. So
Mhm.
when we go through situations that we find challenging,
Mm-hmm.
which could be like Tamika saying going through a divorce or something like that,
Yeah.
what our body does is it automatically says there's danger here. I
Mhm.
need to find a way to protect myself
Okay.
because I need to survive. So
Yeah.
our body then causes itself to inject hormones into its system
Yeah.
to be able to do that. So that can be cortisol, it's adrenaline,
Mm-hmm.
those kind of things. So our body automatically goes back to the beginning to be
Okay.
able to protect us.
Yeah.
And that then can cause things like stress. It causes if you become depressed, anxiety, all those things.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, normally when we in a space,
Mm-hmm.
we have control of how we feel.
Mm-hmm.
So if you, for instance, standing in the line to get onto the bus
Mm-hmm.
or the matatu,
Mhm.
and you've had a good day, it's okay if somebody jumps in front of you. It's not such a bad issue. So although maybe Seraphine doesn't feel the same,
Yeah.
but at other times you might have had a hard day, or
Mhm.
you didn't sleep properly or something like that,
Yeah.
and your stress level is up. So somebody
Yes.
jumps in front of you, and you get angry,
Start screaming.
and you
Yeah.
start to fight with them and argue with them and tell them to go to the back, and then it
Mhm.
becomes a big argument.
Yeah.
So, and like David, like you're saying,
Yes.
doing things like breathing, looking
Mhm.
after yourself,
Mhm.
those are all ways to be able to get our body to go back to a space where it feels safe.
Mhm.
Because essentially, mental health is about feeling safe.
Mhm.
And there's a concept called the window of tolerance. So if you had to imagine three levels, and the
Mhm.
middle one is the one that is our normal way of functioning.
Mhm.
What we need to do is we need to learn how to make that window bigger, and that's through self-care,
Yeah.
through learning about what is an emotion, why do I have certain emotions.
Mhm.
The problem is when you're under stress a lot and under pressure a lot,
Mhm.
our hormone level of cortisol is there a lot, adrenaline
Yeah.
is there a lot,
Mhm.
and that squeezes that window smaller, which means you go into the other windows, which is hyperarousal,
Mhm.
which means your heart rate goes up, your anxiety goes up, you want to fight, you want to run away, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then other places it could go is where it goes too low, and
Mhm.
it's where you just feel I can't deal with this anymore.
Okay.
It's too, I can't even feel anymore. The feelings are going that I don't have energy.
Mhm.
So what often happens is people find that that window in the middle gets smaller and smaller.
Mhm.
So small things trigger big issues.
Okay.
So what we need to do is we need to help people to understand that and grow the middle window
Mhm.
so that when you go through those issues,
Mhm.
it takes longer to go past
Okay.
and you maintain that normal functioning for yourself to be able to do things.
Okay. So I have a question for you, Daryl, over that explanation.
Yeah.
What do you think of avoidance when related to stress? Is it a stress? What is it like? What
It's
exactly?
denial. It's being scared to admit that I have a problem.
Okay.
No, I'm
Okay.
joking. So avoidance, it can be many things. I
Mhm.
think one is that I don't want to admit that I need support.
I need support. Yeah.
So that could be one of them. The other
Or-
one, avoidance, can also be that I
Embarrassment.
believe, that it's embarrassment, but
Yeah.
also that I believe in myself that if I say that I need help, I'm a weak person
Okay.
and I'm not good enough. So my self-esteem is not strong enough, or my self-concept is not strong enough
Mhm.
to be able to admit that actually this is becoming a problem for me.
Mhm.
And you find it a lot with, or I find it a lot with men.
Mhm.
We're very afraid to say that we have a problem.
Yeah.
We rather say everything's okay, there's no problems, we're looking
Yeah.
after everybody.
Mhm.
But then it comes out in behavior.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you might
Someone becomes
avoid
aggressive. Yeah.
avoid talking about it. So it might come out in aggression, it might come out in alcohol abuse,
Yeah.
all
Even
kinds of things,
arrogance,
withdrawal,
Yeah.
all those kind of things
Yeah.
become evident. So what our body will do is it will respond to that problem. Whether you like it or not, you can avoid it, but your
Yeah.
body will eventually respond to it.
Okay.
Because if you run your too much anxiety or too much adrenaline and cortisol all the time,
Mhm.
your immune system is going to come down,
Okay.
and then you're going to be susceptible to getting sick, other things like that as well,
Mm.
burnouts and all those things.
Yeah. So, what do you think about that issue about men thinking that they can handle it? They can handle everything. So they
I-
just say, "I'm okay," and that's okay. Beneath it has mountains of
Yeah,
issues.
I think it's a very deep subject to talk about, because
Yeah.
I think it's very cultural.
Yeah.
Because as a child, you brought up when the boys, we say to them, boys don't, or cowboys don't cry.
Mhm.
A girl can cry, but if a boy cries, all
You're a weak
cowboys don't
boy.
cry.
Yeah.
Big boys, you need to look after everybody. There's a lot of pressure put onto to men to perform in that way.
Yeah.
And when you see a man crying,
Mhm.
often people say, "Ooh, shame." Something
Or
really,
a sissy.
yeah, something like that. So
Yeah.
so men are afraid of that.
Yeah.
Um,
The stigma that comes
that
with the
stigma that's there.
society. Yeah.
The fear of people are going to see me as somebody that can't provide. That's my
Okay.
job.
Yeah.
Although in this world it's very different to what it used to be. So I think we're still
Yeah.
living in the past.
Yes.
Our cultures are still preaching the past of male and female,
Mm-hmm.
rather than allowing us to be able to say
Reality.
we
yeah.
all have emotions.
Yeah.
It's okay to feel depressed. It's okay to feel angry.
Yeah.
Because if I can acknowledge it, I can do something about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so one of the things, for instance, we're looking at now is how do we explain mental health to people in the community? Because if you go to the community and you talk about it, people go, "Hey, that's not something
Don't
we
touch
talk
that.
about.
Don't touch that.
There's not even that language. We don't even
Yeah.
have those words in our language. Why are you bringing it?"
Exactly.
So, but if you had to talk about mental health like a house,
Mhm.
and building a house, the cement being your mental health,
Mhm.
the quality of the cement has a big impact on how your house is.
Yes, the
Whether your house is
foundation.
going to stand, the foundations,
Yeah.
the different cement levels,
Mhm.
and that maybe is a good way for us to be able to talk to people.
Yeah.
What do you do to maintain your house? You do things
Mhm.
because your house gets tired. It gets
Yes. True.
weathered in the weather.
Yeah.
So what do you do to maintain it? That's self-care.
Mhm.
So how can you look after yourself? And you can then start working with those kind of things. So yeah, so those are just some of my thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah, very valuable. Kimani, what do you think about the subject of, a man can handle it? A man cannot cry. A man, you are a man. You don't care if you're broke or not.
Yeah, I still, in my point of view,
Mm-hmm.
I still add on that, because you have to show that you're the one who is providing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're the head, you're the
It's
leader.
killing you sometimes. But
Yeah,
you have to.
Yes.
it's like having that mentality of a leader. You have to show them that you are strong no matter what you're going. All weathers, you have to maintain that frequency.
Mm-hmm.
Not that there's a certain weather, you're going to change frequency. Then when the weather changes, you change the frequency. So you have to be in a constant state of vibration, like you're vibrating high all the time.
So do you think it's is it possible? Is it okay to be like that?
Yes, you have to, because you're a man. We are designed to be tough. We are built for toughness.
Society
Hey.
expects it, I think.
Same as a tree. You see, a tree goes through the storm
Seasons, yeah.
and the rain and still stands up still. That's how we are supposed to.
Until the day it can't, and then it gets blown over.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you believe for a man, even if they are hurting, even if they are at their lowest, they don't need to show anything. They just have to stay tough on like that.
You know, the moment when you let it out there, it can be taken in a different perspective that you probably would not like.
So
Because
what? So if people take something in their own perspective,
some things are very personal, you know. Yeah, and that's why he said that it is a very deep topic.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I challenge some of your thoughts? Do you
Yes.
mind?
Yes.
So I think some of the things is culturally we've been taught that. So we've been taught, and if you even watch music videos nowadays, what's the main theme on the music video? Don't go near a broke man.
Yes. People are
So
really
a girl
preaching.
can be broke, she can have nothing, but if a guy has nothing, he's
it becomes
worthless.
a crisis. Yeah.
So it's been created that you have to have this imagination. So if I had to use your analogy of a tree,
Yes.
A tree can stand and withstand things, but only to an extent, and then it's going to crash. So even the trees in Nairobi, if you walk through Karura Forest,
Yes.
how many trees are lying on the floor? They got to a point where they were not able to sustain themselves anymore.
Yeah.
They tried, their roots are deep, but eventually something gave and they broke.
Yeah.
And in the same way for men, I think we need to change the
perspective
the
around.
perspective, but there's we need to change the way we talk, because we need people to understand that men do have mental health.
Yeah.
Just like a woman has mental health, the way we deal with it might be different,
Yeah. Sure.
but we do have those challenges. And if we don't deal with them, cracks are going to start appearing in the wood.
Yeah.
So, like for instance, how many men spend their time drinking their wages away?
Yeah.
So they earn a little bit, but because the stress is so high, I need to go and relax. What does he do? He goes into the pub or the bar and the tavern and he drinks.
Yeah.
And then he goes home and he has an accident. Now his car's broken.
Yeah.
But if he had been able to deal with his stress, or he had an avenue to be able to deal with it, he may not have done that.
Yeah.
And his quality of life might be better. So I think one of the things we need to change is that men should be allowed to have emotions. It doesn't mean you must act like a girl, like I know you think.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm meaning.
Yeah.
But there should be spaces for men to be able to come and say, you know what, I'm battling right now.
Yeah.
This isn't working. I'm really stressing out.
Yeah.
I need some help. And that they shouldn't be seen as weak,
Yeah.
but rather for somebody to say, okay, so let's sit down. How do we help you?
Yeah.
How do we get you to build yourself to become stronger? Because a lot of self-care isn't about painting your face and doing your hair. And
Yeah.
self-care is about doing something that helps you to recharge yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that could be something like going walking. It could be writing. It could be watching movies. It could be
Meditation.
doing a hobby. Sorry, you're saying?
Meditation.
Breathing exercises.
Yeah.
So maybe I can give you an example. So
Yeah.
I travel a lot because of my work. I work in different countries.
Okay.
And when you're always moving, you never have a space that's your own. So you every week and every second week you're sleeping in a new bed, and that's quite stressful actually.
Yeah.
Because you never have a space where you can just have a nice cup of coffee. So I started to find that I was starting to get stressed out, and some of the evidence was I wasn't sleeping properly. I was getting tired. I started getting like an eczema on my leg. So every time I'd be stressed, then my leg starts to itch.
Oh.
So yeah, and it's all stress related. So one of the things I did when I was in Rwanda was to be able to. I did a small thing. I made one change. I got up before the sun got up, and I went downstairs where we were staying. I made myself a cup of coffee, and I went and sat on the porch.
Yes.
And all I did was I drank my coffee, which I really like, because that's my thing, and I watched the sunrise. And that's all I did. Just sit there, watch the sunrise, just experience the sunrise. and I started focusing on what feelings do I have, so how does it feel to watch the sunrise? What does it mean? And
Yeah.
as I was doing that, it helped me to refocus my mind,
Yeah.
because your mind sometimes feels so full. There's so much running in your mind
Yes.
that you don't know which one to grab onto. But if you can just slow down,
Yeah.
everything else slows down, and then you can grab onto one and you can say, let me deal with this one.
Yes.
Okay, so I deal with it,
Mm-hmm.
then I move to this one. And once that starts falling into place,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
it makes a big difference. And I think men don't have that opportunity to do it.
But why can't men just create the opportunity? Do you think somebody will come and offer you an opportunity to do that? People don't care about.
Because men have been taught that you're not allowed to.
No. But you can.
Mm.
Do you? Who will kill you? Simply because you want to be human.
How do we explain it?
I don't know how you feel about it, but personally, my opinion is that you just need to be yourself.
Well, if you have a good team like this one, you
Mm-hmm.
can open up, but not
Okay.
to anyone.
No. You don't
Okay,
need to,
and
to,
no,
to
no.
put yourself out there in a vulnerable way for obviously critiques, bullies, and attackers. And
Okay, so maybe I got a way of explaining it.
yeah.
So nobody's going to. So again, I'm going to go back to the primitive brain stem.
Yes.
Our whole existence is to survive. Everything we do is a way of surviving.
Yeah.
So if I don't know that I can deal with stress in that way, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
But
True.
I'm also not going to do it if I feel the environment is not safe.
True. That is true.
So as women, you guys talk.
Mm-hmm.
You will have
Gossip.
a get together. It starts with gossip, but then it starts going towards talking
Yeah.
about your feelings, it's talking
Yeah.
about how you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
it's talking about your families.
Yes.
When men meet, there's no such thing as that. We tend to
Really?
talk about soccer, we talk about politics, we'll talk about cars, but
You even talk
never
about women,
no,
but you don't want to talk about yourselves.
you don't talk about. Do we talk about women? Not
Men
really.
talk about women a lot.
Sometimes, no, not so much.
Okay.
So everything is very abstract.
Okay.
Because that's what you've been taught. You don't talk about your feelings.
Yeah.
So
You talk
in
about
order
other
for-
things.
Yeah, in order for men to be able to do that, we need to create spaces that feel safe enough to do that.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's why it's if you have a very good marriage or a very good partner,
Mm-hmm.
you will find that man will then start to open up and say, I'm battling with these things.
Yeah.
Why? Because he feels safe.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't feel safe, there's no way he's going to talk.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we need to create, is dialogues that create that safety.
Okay.
That will help men to be able to feel, I can actually say I'm not coping.
Yeah.
So, like the Uber driver the other day, he said he got a phone call while I was in the car, and he put the phone down and he said to me, I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. They're going to take my car.
Oh no.
But there's nothing I can do. And we were joking. I was saying, if you were a female, you could have just made a few phone calls and you would have got money.
Yeah, true.
But he
for a
can't.
man, it's
Yeah, he
different.
can't, because
Yeah.
hey, you must sort yourself out.
Yeah.
So there's not that safe space. And if we don't have that safe space, we're
It's
going to have a problem.
difficult. Yeah. So we need to create, right?
Yeah.
So we are starting with this podcast. We're creating a safe space for men and for
Yes.
women as well, so that nobody feels left out. Nobody feels as if they don't matter. We all matter, and we want people to feel loved, appreciated, and spread kindness, love, and be genuine on humanity. So Tamika, we are talking about so many things. What is your take on all this about? We focus mostly on boy child because we want to hear
So
them out.
my take is we are all one. Okay, we are all one. Men, women, we are all one. What we do to one,
Humanity, yeah.
we do to ourselves. What we speak, death and life, in the power of the tongue. Okay, when I went through my divorce, it was the hardest of the hardest of the hard. It was so horrific. I was faced with homelessness, no money, no food. I had to walk the last 4 months of my life. I had nothing. That whole year, I hated my husband, hated him for what he was doing to me. But
Yeah.
everybody left me. The church left me, friends left me, family left me. I was all by myself. So I was screaming at God. That's the first time I screamed at God. I know I'm not supposed to hate. I don't want this in my heart. God, how do I supposed to forgive? Listen, you guys, this is my personal story. Once I screamed those words out, I heard my spirit, because everybody have a spirit within. And that's something else they don't
Mhm.
teach you. They don't teach you how to go within,
No.
connect with your spirit, and your spirit will lead you. They don't tell you that Proverbs 18:21, death and life is in the power of the tongue. They don't tell you when you curse one, you're cursing you. They don't tell you when you stay in anxiety and depressed out, you're going to get cancer. You're going to get heart disease. You're going to get sick.
Right.
All these
Yeah.
negative emotions, all they do is lead to chronic disease. And the devil that stole this planet knew that. That's why they keep us stressed out. That's why they keep us. I don't know what to do. What to do? I want to kill you because they keep us like this. But when we wake up and say to ourselves, we are all one. And when Spirit told me, beloved, your ex-husband is you. If you hate him, you're hating you. That's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear. Because 6 years down the road or sooner, I would have gotten cancer because I'm carrying that
Yeah.
hate in my heart. God said, Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself. He said, there's no greater commandment because when you love, your chronic disease heals. When you forgive, your chronic disease goes away. You know, this is a spiritual warfare,
Yeah.
a spiritual warfare. So I look at everybody as me, and it's easier for me to see now. I just do what Jesus say do. You know, I just do what God say do. But the truth of the matter is, though, we are all one, and we've been condemning ourselves. We've been self-inflicting ourselves on this karma roller coaster, not understanding. But once I forgave, listen here, listen. Once I forgave my ex-husband and his attorney, and I dropped all of that out of my heart, and I sent him love and light. And every day I stand in front of my mirror and I say to myself, I am that I am. And I am blessed. I am worthy. I am powerful. I am great. I am happy. Thank you, God. Words are powerful. They do not return void. But once I
Yeah.
started
True.
saying that, you guys, I started getting back everything. God took it. He took it away. See, we want to remove God. The world want to remove God from the equation, but you can't remove God because we got to come back to one. We're one. We got to come back to our voice. And this is, and yeah, you do all the things. You take the hyssop and the chamomile and the valerian root. You take the things that calm the mind down, the physical body, and then you deep breathe because when you deep breathe, you are actually calming your nervous system down. Deep breathing
Yeah.
connects you with the higher realms. Deep breathing connects you with your spirit within. When you deep breathe, it alkalines the body. It heals chronic disease. It makes you feel better.
Yeah.
So God gave
Yeah.
us that tool. That's the tool God gave us. And you can also stand on the
Yeah.
ground. You can ground. That pulls
Yeah.
inflammation out the body. You can listen to sound frequency music. That heals the body.
Yeah.
But when everybody understands that we're all one, and I think when we understand that, and when you attack somebody, or if you feel hate, or if you feel anger, you're only going to draw that back to you. Whatever you send out is going to come back, you know? So that's what really kind of got me through those dark days. It's just understanding that fact and understanding and trusting in God. When I speak, it's going to come. And so I
Yeah.
had to go through those steps. And once I went through those, forgiveness and loving everybody and believing in myself and trusting in God and having faith and speaking those powerful words. And my
Yeah.
life has just been golden ever since. It's been amazing.
Good. So I think what I pick from that is willpower. We have the power to just change things around. If we want to, we don't have to. Personally, I'm not an advocate of following society. That society will say this and that. Sometimes I reason out like, so what? Because when I'm dying or when I'm down there, this same society, I don't see it. I only see few friends that care about me, and. So sometimes it is very important to look beyond what people will say and take care of you first, because there is also
And
this
don't
this
forget, sis,
discrimination.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm sorry, and don't forget, I've been healing my
yeah,
body for the past 3 years, just speaking it into existence and believing it. We have power. We
exactly.
have power.
Yes,
They don't want to tell you
yes,
about your power. So if
yeah,
we can heal our bodies by speaking it, and the placebo effect already proves that, well, then
yes,
there's more that they didn't tell us about our power. So we have to go within
yeah,
and stand on our
hmm,
I am presence again, start speaking I am that
yeah,
I am. And so spirit
hmm,
and God can can grow our power, so we can stand back on who we used to be before they got here and
Yes.
stole everything and told us who we are. But we need to go back to who God said we are, and we're spirit. We're pure spirit.
Exactly.
We're not physical.
Yeah.
We're spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I also want to highlight this. Sometimes men think that they are the only ones who the society is tough on them. Do you know that women? I don't know if it is something that is part of the society take or just between women. Some women think that they are tougher. They are more of men than other women. That is why even in women's circles there is a bit of struggle, because we will find out that some women will be telling other women, you're just too weak. There is that. So you're just too weak. You got to toughen up like a man. And you see that comparison by itself is very toxic, because you
Yes.
don't need to tell somebody they have to be tough like a man. You just need to tell somebody if they're feeling sad or they're feeling low, you only have to be there for them and tell them you can get through this. I don't have to tell Kimani, you better be like Daryl. You better be like so and so. So why should I tell someone like that? So we need to be very careful of what we listen to or who we even interact to, because toxic toxic is real, and it happens even among genders. Some women can crush another woman and just tell them, you're just weak. You should have been like your mother or like your grandmother. But I mean, maybe my grandmother or my mother lived in those days. They survived in their own style. What I'm going through now, they wouldn't maybe survive it. But simply because I may be struggling better than them, someone thinks that I am weak, or I don't know how to handle things. So it is not just men who suffer, but women suffer among women, unfortunately. But they just don't say. Sometimes it looks like women handle it better, but believe you me, sometimes it can be toxic in this circle of women.
I know.
Until you stand out by yourself, like Tamika is explaining, and ask and tell yourself, you know what, I have the willpower and I can do it by myself. When the whole world is has put you aside and you are on your own, that is when you will understand, I have nobody.
Yeah.
I don't even have that woman. I don't have that man. I don't have that parent. I don't have that whatever, but I have me. So you need to understand that the willpower that you have the power in you. And sometimes that is why for me I don't go with the societal standards, because when I remember that when I'm at my lowest, and that society is not here now, but it will be there when I'll be having, will maybe maybe when I'll be somewhere, it will be there to judge me and tell me, you're not doing this and that because you have it. But when I'm down there, where are they? I don't see those people. So it is good to try and balance so that you're not affected by the external environment so much, in a way that even when things are bad or good, you are just in between here. I like the example that Daryl used when he's traveling around and he can find means to make himself happy. You see, no one came to him and told him, you know what, you have to go out there and start, doing this for yourself. But you look at yourself and you tell yourself, I matter, therefore I have to make sure I am okay. Above all else, whatever is happening, if I'm traveling 30 countries in one day, nobody cares. But
It's all
I have
fine.
yes, but I have to make sure that I can survive and I can be happy. I can also be happy. You see, yeah. So we need to be very careful. You matter. You first, and then the society will come last. Don't worry
So
about it.
I've
Yeah.
got an analogy for you for that. So
Yes.
if you fly on a plane,
Yeah.
they always have a security briefing, and on the security briefing, one of the parts is, if in the likely event of a cabin pressure failure, oxygen masks will fall from the roof, and this whole story. But the main thing that they talk about is first put your mask on before you put somebody else's on, including your children.
Exactly.
And the reason being is if you don't put your mask on, there's a good chance you're going to pass out.
Exactly. Who'll
And then
take
you
care of
can't
this
help
child?
anybody. So
Yeah.
a lot of the reason for self-care is
Yeah.
if when you look after yourself, how you treat other people changes.
Exactly.
And the more you look after yourself, the more you're going to treat people in the right way, which is going to have reciprocal responses.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
often when we have somebody that's really stressed, if somebody's very angry
Yeah.
and they want to argue with you and you don't argue back, but you rather show them compassion and empathy and you're able to work with them, their argument fades away.
Exactly.
And it gets less and less, and eventually they will settle down.
Yeah.
And that's what we call co-regulation, essentially,
Yes.
is helping somebody to deal with an emotion. So, but you have to look after yourself first.
Yes.
If you don't,
you will even be a worse person than the other parties.
possibly.
Yeah,
Yes.
I didn't understand that. I used to think that self-care is selfish until I
Yes.
understood that self-care has nothing to do with being selfish.
No.
It has everything to do with love, but if you do not love yourself, you will not take care of yourself and you will be a disaster to the
Yeah.
rest of the people.
That's the whole
So
concept. Your relationship with yourself dictates all the relationships you have with everybody else.
exactly. So don't put yourself on the line for society. That one I don't advocate at all. The society can always wait. It will adjust fast. First of all, make sure you are okay. Make sure the surrounding is okay. Then now you can go outside and preach. But if you're not okay, do you think we'll be on this podcast now preaching this and we are not okay? No. We have to first of all make sure we take care of ourselves first and then we
Yeah.
can come here and tell the world about how we manage it, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, Imani, I don't know what you have to say about. I don't know if you've changed your perception of, a, of a being a man and taking
Takes
care
a
of yourself.
while. Trees take a while to change direction.
Yeah, I'm trying to see his perception now that he has heard from everyone.
That one is natural. It cannot be changed. But I will get that from the other opposite gender.
Mm-hmm.
From that soft part of life, I will get it from a lady.
Okay,
But when it comes to me, I
you
have to make sure
you have to
that
be tough. To stay
yeah,
tough. You still
yeah,
stand your ground.
yeah. Even when you go to the park,
Okay.
we are not going to be chased by a wild animal or together.
Mm-hmm.
I will stand there.
Mm-hmm.
First, she has to be rescued. Then once she's secure,
Mm-hmm.
now I can follow her. I have to stay with that.
Okay, I
Mental.
see you have not changed your ground. That is good, but it's okay. It's okay. You see.
I think David's
Well,
open
you
to
know,
listening.
maybe
I think he's open to listening because I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think you're wrong in what you're saying because it's a normal, maybe a natural thing.
Protective mechanism. Yeah.
But if you had a safe space, you might
Yeah.
do things differently.
Yes.
So if the space was safe, you wouldn't need a lady to talk to. You might have a friend that you can talk to.
Yeah.
But at this stage, you don't, so you can't experience that. So you will maintain where you are, and it makes sense that.
Yeah.
It is
So
understandable.
yeah, that's why you say this topic is too broad, and sometimes it goes with
Oh.
your own experience and where you are at that space in life. So it would make sense maybe for him.
When you get to 70 and your
you
wife is
know.
Tamika, what do you have to say?
sorry.
Well,
Tamika.
I mean,
Yeah.
when I first heard his response, it was like, a man got to be tough. You got to be tough. But now, when I heard what he just said about in the forest, I think I hear what he's
Protect
saying.
you.
I think he's saying
Yes.
you have to be strong. Everybody, let me
Yes.
tell y'all what, in John 10:34 that they don't talk about, Jesus said, haven't I told you that you all are gods? We are made in the highest form of God's creation. We are powerful. We didn't
Yeah.
come to fight battles with flesh and blood. On the contrary, we have divine powers. So if I'm in the forest too,
Yeah.
you better know it. See, you guys, I don't have any fear. God did not give us a spirit of fear. If you have fear, you better watch out because those unseen forces are going to come and attack you. You can't have fear. If you put out fear, fear is going to come get you. So every day of my life, I am strong. I do not fear man. And if I'm in the forest and I saw a bear, I'm confident in my spirit, in God, in my guardian angel, and all my guys who are around me to protect me in that moment. But I can't show no fear. I'm going to take my deep breaths. I'm going to stand on my own 2 feet in my I am presence, and I'm going to call my God and my angels in, and I will be protected. And I believe that. So see, wherever you believe, it happens for you. That's what faith is about. Now, that's what I took from
Yeah.
him the last time. And that's how I am.
Yes.
I'm going to always stand on the word of God because they're going to always come in and save me. My mother passed out last week. My mother passed out last week in the print shop. Slap out. Passed out. I didn't get afraid. I started deep breathing, calling my guys and spirits in. I started telling her, I am that I am. You are safe. You are, you guys, everybody have different gifts. And all I can tell you, my mother came back. She came too, and she's downstairs right now, and she's still healthy. I think it depends on how strong our faith is, how connected we are with the spirit within. That's where I am on my journey right now. I don't force my walk on anybody. I just tell my
Mhm.
journey and I just tell my story. So I just kind of wanted to
Yeah.
add those two
Yeah. Yes, that there is a powerful, powerful willpower woman. And we copy that from you. I think that is what Kimani is trying to
Yeah.
say. You are not shaken by anything, but you have to stand your ground. Yes. Actually, you have introduced another segment, Samik. I wanted to ask Daryl. Daryl, what does fear? How does it resonate with mental health? Like generally, how does it work in people?
I think it works very similar to the whole thing that we are talking about earlier, the whole
Yeah.
concept of survival.
Okay.
So we have there's a concept called fight, flight, fawn, and
Mm-hmm.
freeze.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I'm going to go back to the initial thought that I had was we're here to survive.
Yes.
So we revolve around surviving. So everything we do is a
Mm.
way to be able to help us cope with
Yeah.
survival.
Mm-hmm.
So when we go through fear, what our body does is our body then recognizes something as a danger. So
Yes.
fear would be seen as danger.
Mm-hmm.
My body then has to decide in this situation, if I fight,
Mm-hmm.
will I win? If I
Yeah.
feel that I can win, then I will fight.
Yes.
But if I see that this issue is too big for me, or I feel it's too big,
Yeah.
the next thought I'm going to have is, can I get away from the situation?
Mm-hmm.
So can I move away from it and get rid of it? Then
Yeah.
I'll try to run away. So
Yeah.
take flight.
Yes.
But sometimes we can't fight and we can't run away.
Mm-hmm.
So which leaves us in a situation. So what do I do now?
Mm-hmm.
And there's two alternatives to that we have if we deal with it in those ways. Is
Mm-hmm.
one is to freeze, to act like a possum, just
Mm-hmm.
fall over, or not to respond.
Yeah.
And that you see a lot in children that have been abused.
Mm.
You find in like maybe children's homes and stuff like that, or
Yeah.
children that are highly abused. When you talk to them, they don't answer you. They just give you responses,
Mm-hmm.
very small. They don't interact
Mm-hmm.
because they've got to the point where they don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
And their view is, if I keep as quiet as possible, the problem will go away.
Yeah.
I just
Or
freeze
people will
until it's
forget
gone.
about this
Yeah,
thing and
they
then
disappear
they'll
into
leave
the
me
woodwork.
alone. Yeah.
But another one, which is very interesting, which I only learned about a while ago, was the concept of fawn.
Mm-hmm.
And a fawn is those people that you call them yes people.
Mm-hmm.
They say yes to everything.
Even the bad
So
stuff that clearly this is not a.
everything. So you have a boss that's very demanding.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so anything you say, so 2 bags full, 3 bags full. So we keep on doing that. And why do we do that? Because we try and hide away from, if I do everything right,
Mm-hmm.
everything will be okay.
Okay.
So there's those different ways of dealing with fear. So if you don't understand it, you're going to find yourself reacting in one of those ways.
Okay.
So on a mental health way, what's important is to learn about my own triggers.
Mm-hmm.
What causes me to feel in a certain way?
Mm-hmm.
What are the things that create those kind of feelings?
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, if I'm a guy and somebody speaks to me in a way that is derogatory,
Mm-hmm.
it triggers an emotion in me. That emotion triggers anger, which then it's the same thing with fear. So if I know the things that cause fear,
Mm-hmm.
I can start to deal with them in a way. I can say to myself, okay,
Mm-hmm.
is this realistic?
Mhm.
Or is it something that I need to deal with?
Okay.
So if a lion is running towards me and it's going to attack me, I can't defend myself against the lion.
No.
I can try, but I can climb a tree.
Yeah.
So I need to learn what the boundaries are and how to deal with it. So I think a lot of people try to say they don't have fear, but we all do
Yeah.
in
we
some
have.
or other way, and that
Yeah.
leads to other emotions.
Just how to handle is
It's
what
hard
we
to
need
handle it. So hard to be
yeah.
able to say to myself, it is there,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
But how do I deal with that, and how do I move forward from that?
Yeah. I think in fear, that is where the aspect of faith comes in as well as
Some
per
people
what
definitely,
yeah
yes.
what Tamika was explaining, because the fear, it will always come when
have
we
fear.
experience different scenarios, but how to handle is what sets us apart. If
Yes.
you feel like you are so fearful about this situation, but you decide, you know what, this scenario can make anyone feel this way, but I will try and see into steps of how to handle it,
Yeah.
or I will try and find help on how to, then you are better off. I have another question. There is this kind of people, or rather, is it people or a reaction or something? The perfectionists. or the perfectionism.
Yeah.
You see, there is this kind of people who think that nothing can go wrong. Is that a response of fear, or is it a personality issue, or what is it exactly?
Maybe it's a bit of both.
Okay. Because
Um,
I've seen some other people say that perfectionists are like they're narcissistic. Or,
I think there's lots of opinions.
yeah.
There's so many different ways of describing it, because perfectionists are also sometimes people that don't trust themselves.
Okay.
So everything has to be perfect, otherwise they punish themselves.
Okay.
So, and then other people will say to you that a perfectionist is somebody that has, they have issues
Yeah.
because everything has to be perfect and they're not adaptable.
Yeah.
But I think the reality is trying to get everything to be perfect has a reasoning behind it, and it's a learned behavior.
Okay.
So it's something that I do that
Mhm.
because I'm either trying to avoid something.
Mhm.
So if I don't get something perfect,
Mhm.
then the problem is I'm not good enough. So they
Oh.
might be trying to
Okay.
avoid that.
Yeah.
Another person,
Mhm.
and it depends what you're doing as well. It's about pride. Things
Okay.
need to be
Ego. Yeah.
perfect. So when I do certain work, like my desk is normally, it looks like a rat ran over my desk because
Mhm.
it's a pile. I
Yeah.
know where everything is, nobody else does. But when it comes to, say, if I'm doing a PowerPoint presentation,
Mm.
it has to be perfect.
Yeah.
I hate things that are not right. So it also depends on where you are and what it means to you.
Okay.
So if that makes sense.
Yes. Yes. I think it makes
It's a very
sense.
simplistic way of explaining it, but yeah, because it can become very difficult. But
Yeah.
perfectionism often is grounded in how I feel about myself.
Okay.
And if things are not good enough,
Mhm.
I don't feel like I'm good.
So it can be projected on other people otherwise though, because someone else will be wondering, why is this Daryl? Why does he think that everybody needs to do things in his style? Sometimes
Yeah.
someone can think about
It's
it
also
like
about
that.
control.
Yeah.
So that goes into another whole topic, which we can't go into.
Yes.
It's going to be long.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, it can also be about, that's not about perfectionism, then that's about
Yeah.
doing it my way.
Okay.
So, that's my way, and you must do it my way because my way is the only way.
Is the only way. Yeah. So in
Yeah.
leadership, sometimes it can come out in that style if you're
Definitely.
not clear enough with
Yeah.
the reasoning behind it. Okay. And does that have anything to do with mental health also, or is just some?
Mental health
Cool.
is very broad. So
Yeah.
again, mental health is affected by how you feel about yourself,
Yeah.
how your day has been going,
The environment you've
the
grown
environment
up.
you find yourself in,
Yeah.
the way you grew up. So you might find somebody that comes from a very strict background is going to have very rigid ways of doing
Yes.
things.
Yes. Okay.
So because of their experiences, they don't know a different way.
Okay.
So there's a lot of things that can actually cause that, and it's not necessarily a mental health disorder.
Okay.
I wouldn't just say that. I would
yeah.
rather say it's learned behavior that has come over experiences, and it's a coping mechanism.
It's acquired sometimes.
Yeah, and it's about coping. So it's what
Yeah.
feels safe for me.
Mm-hmm.
We always do things to feel safe. So
Okay. And survival also.
yeah, so I have a friend that things must be like they are. So if you go into his office and you take his screen and you lift it up a bit
Mm-hmm.
when he's not there, he'll notice that when he comes back. But there's a reasoning behind these thoughts. His reasoning is, when my screen is over there,
Mm-hmm.
I can see the writing properly. I can see who I need to see over there.
Okay.
And where the things are on my desk, if I'm busy in a meeting, I don't have to look down. I can just put my hand on my stuff.
Oh,
and
so
I can get it. So there's a system to why he does it.
Yeah.
Now, we
Okay.
find it funny to move things around because
Yeah.
it's amusing to watch. But essentially, he has a reasoning behind it.
Yes, and it makes sense.
Yeah, because if you move his stuff, it creates stress because where's my page? I can't write
Yeah.
now.
Exactly.
So you have to look at it in bigger contexts.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So Tamika, what is your take on that one? The perfectionism.
Well,
In
I
doing
mean, no. Like before I came in alignment with my spirit, I was the same way. But I promise you one thing: I rejoice every day. I'm happy every day. The Bible says Philippians 4:8. Finally, brother, only think on the positive. It says only think on the positive things, the good things, because God knows the thief stole the planet. Only got us folks in scary things. So I rejoice always. I rejoice every day. Death and life and the power of the tongue. I follow spirit. I can't follow nobody else in this world, only spirit. Because when I rejoice every day, rejoice comes back. When I love everybody,
Mhm.
love comes back. If I'm happy every single
Mhm.
day, which I am, happiness come back.
Mhm.
So I found
Mhm.
God and peace in my faith, and that's where I sat with my faith with God. And I'm
Mhm.
good. I'm good. I love it. I love it. And it's not about
Yeah.
being perfect. No, not at all. It's about doing what
Yeah.
the word say do. Why we can't do what the
Mhm.
word say do? So
Yeah.
I'm just found peace and love and joy because I got faith over fear now. And I'm gonna always take faith
Mhm.
over fear. Always. If we put on the armor
Mhm.
of God in this life, he'll never let you down. But as soon as
Mhm.
we doubt, as soon as we doubt, you don't want to doubt because that's when the
Mhm.
scary demons gonna come in and mess it all up for you. So I never doubt. Even in the Bible say Mark 11, 22, 24, Jesus say, just put faith in God. That's what he said. We keep asking questions.
Mhm.
Won't we just ask the Bible the questions? Jesus say, put faith in
Mhm.
God. And if you tell the mountain to move and you don't have no doubt, the mountain will move. So you guys,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to raise my voice, but if we speak out what we want, it comes back. I'm sorry. I've done it for 3 years. I've done it for 3 years.
Yeah.
But we gotta
Yeah.
love and forgive. We gotta love everybody and we gotta forgive. Because see, I want
Mhm.
my abundance. Jesus say the thief come to kill, steal, and destroy, but I come where you can have life and have it more abundant. So now I'm in
Mhm.
my abundant days now. And I'm just
Mhm.
I'm blessed, I'm grateful, and I'm thankful that I
Mhm.
have woken up into my I am presence and picked back up my powers.
Yeah. And what do you think about the children, Tamika, about children who may not have the support of thought as they grow up and they don't have, maybe they're not
Well,
been exposed, yeah, the
yeah,
right
but
environment.
everybody was raised by the father of lies. If you were born in the United States, which is a corporation, we were born into the system that is fathers of lies, and they taught us nothing but lies. And they taught children to grow up scary, hating yourself. You know, they taught racism. It's just everything
Mhm.
the thief taught us, you guys. They taught us all of this. So for those children, what I can say as a spiritual
Mhm.
being, I send love and light to all children today because
Mhm.
if your parents are not woke, if you don't know how to put down hate and
Mhm.
fear and pick up faith and love in your sound mind, I mean a sound mind,
Mhm.
because God didn't give us a spirit of fear, but he gave us a spirit of love, power, and a sound
Mhm.
mind. And if these parents
Mhm.
don't have the love, the power, and the sound mind, we just have to send
Mhm.
love and light to the parents. You know, we send love and light to the children. My son
Mhm.
came to me 6 months ago. He said, Mom, I have a headache. And I used to give him turmeric and D3 and magnesium and all that stuff. But now, since I've healed my body, I said, you better go take some deep breaths and say, I am so happy and grateful this headache is gone. And he did it.
Mhm.
And he did it. And he believed it. And his headache
Mhm.
left. So we're
Mhm.
just going to have to start teaching faith today. We're going to have to start teaching faith because God is the way. I'm sorry, man messed stuff up, and God is the only way. And that's just the way that I see things because I have my divine powers now and I'm using them now. And I can tell you
Yeah.
guys, it's real. It's real. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. We just have to learn how to speak differently and love everybody so we can get love back. And once we just understand the whole mechanisms behind the mental, emotional, and spiritual body and what God gave us and the powers God gave
Mhm.
us, then we can
Yeah.
start becoming better people.
Yes. So that means we need to teach them, to teach the young ones, upcoming ones, and the
Oh
youth. Like
yeah,
spread the gospel. Let people know that they have the power and
yes.
they can practice.
They have the
Yes.
power. Yes, yes. And and the people you hate, because we all hate somebody, right? We all don't like somebody. Tell those young people when you don't like
Yeah.
somebody, young people, when you hate
You
somebody,
don't
young
like
people, all you're doing is not liking you. All you're doing
it.
is hating you. All you're doing is bringing inflammation in you. All you're doing is bringing chaos in you. So we got to wake up and start teaching love everybody so love can come back. Teach the children to love everybody so love can come back. You see what I'm saying? Love is the
Yeah.
answer today. Love, God gave us love because when you love, that's when they come in and help us. That's when God
Yeah.
comes in and help us if we can just do it. But it's too much hate here.
Yeah. I think there is so much hate because there is toughness in the world and people don't know how to
Yeah.
handle. So they would rather just use hate and sometimes knowingly, sometimes unknowingly. Because when you hate somebody, you might hate them, but you don't know, but they know that you hate them. Sometimes
I
you
know.
hate people that clearly you hate them. Yeah. So the knowledge here is important, and We are here to
I love
spread the good.
everybody. I love
Yeah.
everybody. Look, somebody can tell me right now, Tamika, I hate you. You know, it wouldn't even affect me. I'll be like, because see, I know what's going on. I know that person is sick. And I know they don't mean that. That'll
Mm,
make me love them even more. I would be like, oh, I
yeah.
love you so much. Because I know my power now. No, nobody can
Yes.
trigger me.
Yeah. You're powerful. You're that powerful. Yeah. Thank you so much for that testimonial again. So Kimani, what's your take about perfectionism and how people react to it, and what's your personal opinion, or how will you handle that as a person?
Okay, when it comes to perfectionism,
Mm-hmm.
even when you go deep down into nature,
Mm-hmm.
you will notice that we are given a seed,
Mm-hmm.
but once it germinates,
Mm-hmm.
it brings two leaves.
Yeah.
That's on its own is a perfectionism by nature.
Yeah.
God, that is from one, and it went all the way to two.
Mm-hmm.
You need to understand that one plus one is equals to two, whether you like it or not. Even if you spend the whole day calculating,
Yeah.
one plus one, it has to be two.
Okay.
Yeah, uh, and this applies to everything that we are doing here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when it comes to perfectionism and mental health,
Mm-hmm.
people tend to feel like they have been left behind
Mm-hmm.
because they are not perfect the way they are supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But what I would like to say is that the moment you see someone as something,
Mm-hmm.
you're the one who is seeing that, not the actual person. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you might be seeing me as a good person
Mm-hmm.
because you already have that goodness in you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of energy that should be there,
Mm-hmm.
such that you can spread that love and positive vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one contributes to perfectionism.
Okay.
Yeah, because in general, no one is perfect.
Yes, no one
And
is perfect. Yeah.
yeah, and we are a work in progress every day. That's why we have a brand new day every day. There's a sunset and there's a sunrise every day
Mm-hmm.
to give us more room for doing
To
better.
change. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And your parting shot for this show tonight?
Okay. What I would like to say is that be kind to everyone. It
Mm-hmm.
does not cost anything,
Mm-hmm.
and it means a lot to the whole universe in general.
Okay.
Yes.
Asante. Daria, what are your closing remarks for the show? Because mental health is a broad topic. We will come back to it again. In another
So
aspect, today we tackled stress and how to move around that.
cool.
Yeah.
So maybe I would want to say you only fail when you give up.
Okay.
Until you give up, you're just learning.
Yeah.
So every mistake is a learning opportunity. Until you give up,
Mm-hmm.
then you fail. So if you don't give up, you're just learning and you will succeed.
Okay. Yeah. For me, I would say that in as much as we have every day new opportunities, just to echo what Kimani said, and what Daryl is saying, that when we don't have a chance to give up because we have a new opportunity to learn. And I want to add that to that we don't need to feel guilt and shame, which we are supposed to feel sometimes as humans when we get to things that maybe we didn't expect or something like that. But we only want to practice acceptance. It happened, and I can work around it. Either there is a solution in this perspective or in this other perspective. But beating yourself up and staying low just because this and that happened more or less doesn't help. But you can help yourself, but by looking at this opportunity as a learning experience and just moving out of it as a better person, because you will make mistakes, you will fall every day, you will have to wake up and get to be a better person. Tamika, what are your
Yeah, my parting words. Remember, we're
remarks?
not physical. Remember, we're spirit, made in the image of God. We're spirit.
Yeah,
We have power. Every day, if we get in front of the mirror and start saying, I am worthy, I am brilliant, and I am amazing, and I am
yeah,
loved, and I am enough. If we say that every single day, I promise you, people will start seeing little bitty positive changes in their life because it's a law of the universe. Whatever you put out, it has to come back. So we can start there, speaking positive words over our health and life.
All right. Yeah, yeah. We have to, and we have to teach. Don't forget that we have to teach, our
Yes.
surrounding. We have to teach our friends, we have to teach our family, immediate and extended. We have to teach even the colleagues that we work with. We have to teach even our clients
Mhm.
if we are doing business, so that they know that you spread the love, you spread the kindness. It is contagious, same as hate. So instead of spreading hate and other things, let us spread the right things. Yes, which is love, kindness, and teaching people skills that they can use
Yes.
to change the world to a better place. And I think if we have one bulb that is very bright, and we have a lot of darkness around us, around the bulb, they will, the bulb eventually will infect these other ones,
Yeah.
and they'll become bright. So let us be that a beam of light, instead of being that, that hate, and that which the society likes to use against humanity and make people feel bad and overwhelmed. We are not that.
Mhm.
We are the change. We are light, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The beacons of
Yes, yes,
light.
yes. Yeah. So, what do you think we should have as our next topic next Wednesday? Tamika, can you take a guess for next Wednesday, or
Wow.
maybe
There's
any
so many.
inspiration?
Wow.
Yeah,
What is it?
any inspiration that you have for next week?
Well, we can talk about why it's important to love and not hate. Maybe if people can hear that hate leads to cancer, more people will stop hating. If people would
Mhm.
hear, oh, if I hate, oh, I'm gonna get, oh, let me stop hating. I mean, it's just a topic. No, seriously though, people don't. But I didn't know. I didn't know if I hate that hate leads to cancer. I mean, the studies are out there. That's why my
Yeah.
mama downstairs right now can't get well because she got so much bitterness inside of her. She got so much unforgiveness, and she don't
Mhm.
understand the Bible say that. What does it say? It says a weak heart or something. It draws up your bones. So people need to really
Mhm.
understand these negative emotions. It leads to nothing but chronic disease. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, true, true. Yeah, we can think about that and see if we are inspired enough. We can talk about that. Kimani, what do you think we'll have as our next topic?
It should be based on kindness.
Okay.
Yes, because the world is going to even feel it,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
since everyone is going through something in one or another.
Yes.
It's just the
Yes.
capacity.
Yes, and kindness goes hand in hand with love. If you don't love people, you cannot be kind to them, right?
Yeah, yeah, kindness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Daryl, we are not sure if you'll be here with us again next Wednesday.
I don't know.
Maybe in other 20 countries in
Yeah,
1 hour.
I might be
So
somewhere else.
yes, yes. But we really appreciate your input tonight. We are happy
Yeah.
that
It
we've
was
been planning
nice.
about
Thank
this
you
topic.
so much.
Yes, for
I,
3 months. Imagine, we've been planning, asking Daryl every day, where are you? Where are you today?
everywhere
He's
but
saying,
Kenya.
yes, I'm not here. I told him I'll be waiting for you until you come back to Kenya so that we can do this show. So we are very grateful,
Yeah, and
and
I
we
love
hope,
it. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
it's really nice.
and I love I love the diversity. We're all different colors. We have to love everybody. We love every time I go to the store now, and the people say, "What are you doing
Mhm.
today?" I say, "Just loving everybody. I love everybody." And they all and they always give me something free. Give me some flowers. Give me a free bag. I mean, yeah. I just spread love everywhere I go.
Yeah, that's a good attitude. I wish everyone was like you, Tamika. I envy you that energy. It's too much positive from you. Yeah, I hope we can embrace that here, and love everybody as it should. So we thank you, Daryl, for joining us, and we
Thank you for
hope
the
that,
time.
yes, when you come again next time, I don't know when we will catch you again, but we hope that you can attend here with us. Even virtually. We will be happy to have, because our goal with this podcast is to grow into a community of God's cure in many dimensions. It's not just about the herbs or the organics,
Mm.
but as you can see, it's about empowering people and forming a community that knows that humanity is important, and we're not here to discriminate against anybody, and we want to make people feel loved. We don't want
Great.
people sitting in a corner and beating themselves, and the economy is already tough. Africa is already is already something else. And you see, we want people to see the goodness of this continent, the goodness of who they are, their color, their
Mhm.
everything that is
Mm.
good about them, which is yeah. We know a lot of good things are about humanity, but people have made their concentration on the bad things, which is eating up people, and people are dying every day of depression and all.
Mhm.
But for us, we're on the other side of things. We are not about this other side of, making the other person feel bad and stuff. So when you go out there, tell people about God's cure and tell them that these people in Nairobi, they're just few people, but they are trying to make others feel good.
What takes one drop to make a ripple?
Yes. Yes. So we hope that we can catch you virtually, even when you're sleeping on different beds. That's your challenge. But
I
we
want to have
will
internet.
force you to attend this show.
It's cool.
Yeah, and we're happy that you made time all the way from South Africa. Daryl is from South Africa, by the way, Tamika.
Oh
So we are,
wow. Okay.
yes,
Oh,
originally. So we are US, Kenya, South Africa. So we are really proud. We hope to catch Jamaica next time. I have Shanika. I have a friend called Shanika. She's from Jamaica. She may be joining us so that we.
Tamika and Shanika.
Yes, we have Tamika. We have Shanika. It's like a tongue twister. Yes. So yes, we hope that we can catch her and we can speak about love and kindness, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for your time and your
Thank you
contribution.
all.
And I hope that next time we can even do better. Asanteni sana. We are at Kelele Digital here in Nairobi, the studio. You can come and do your own podcast here. Asanteni and bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Nice.
Jo-